Creating automations in Home Assistant needn't be a daunting task. So in this video, I'm going to go through some simple steps to help you get your smart home on the way. Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video on Bite of Geek. So yes, setting up your first automations in Home Assistant can be a little bit of a daunting process, even though the guys behind Home Assistant have made this so much easier now. It's probably the easiest it ever has been for new starters to Home Assistant. But in this video, I'm going to go through 4 automations, especially for kind of like new starters to Home Assistant and kind of like the smart devices you'll need in order to make these happen. So without further ado, let's jump into the first automation. Now for this first automation, we're going to need a smart light bulb. Now that could be Wi-Fi, it could be Zigbee, but that's what you're going to need. We're going to go into settings in Home Assistant and into automations, and we're going to choose a time and location automation, and we're going to choose based upon the sun. So this is going to turn the light on based upon sunset. So you have the option to do sunrise or sunset with this automation, but obviously with it being a light bulb coming on, we're choosing to do sunset. Now the thing that gets people confused here is the offset. So if you have it turn on when sunset, you'll probably find that it will actually be too dark in the room. So what I like to do is to turn this on about 15 minutes earlier than sunset. So you just need to do minus 15 minutes, and that will make sure then it turns on 15 minutes before sunset. You then need to say that when that happens, then you want it to do something. So I'm going to find my lounge table lamp, and I will then turn on that lounge table lamp. Now I'm going to set it to a brightness of 50, so that's half of the brightness level on the bulb. And then I don't want it flashing, but if you want that, then you can specify that. And then I'm going to give it a name, and then I will then save that as my first automation. Well, what you'll find is that you just be sat there, and then your light will just turn on that time period before your sunset in your local area. If you want that to be later than sunset, then you just don't have it as a minus figure. Maybe you want it 10 minutes after sunset and you want it to be really dark, then just set that to 10 minutes after the hour. Okay, so this next automation involves a smart plug. Could be a Wi-Fi, this is a Zigbee one, it could be Z-Wave if you've got one of those where you are in the world, and you'll also need a temperature sensor device, so I'm going to use this Aqara one. But basically go back into automations, and I'm going to do an entity automation, and it's numeric state, so I'm going to use the bedroom temperature sensor, and when that hits 20 degrees, then I want this automation to do something. Now I want it to be 20 degrees for more than 5 minutes, so I'm going to specify 5 minutes here. The next bit, the and if, this is what I tend to do with kind of like plug devices where it's turning things on and off. I'm just going to do a check to see if the plug is not already in the state that I want it to be, otherwise there's no real point in firing the automation. But basically I've just got this Zigbee plug 3, so I'm checking its off state, and if it is off, then what I want is Zigbee plug 3 to turn on. And what will happen is that when this automation just sits there and the fan is plugged in to the smart plug, when the temperature sensor detects that it's 20 degrees and it's been at that for 5 minutes, then it will turn the smart plug on, which obviously turns the fan on. Obviously you're going to need to leave your fan switched on if it's kind of like one of the desktop oscillating fans or something like that, but that just works perfectly. Okay, so for this next automation, you're going to need some kind of smart speaker. I'm using an Amazon Echo Dot, But basically you're going to need to have hacks installed in Home Assistant. If you don't know what that is, there's a link up above to go and install that, and you'll need the Alexa media player for this Amazon device to be able to complete this automation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a new automation, and I'm going to say that when a certain time, so when it's a certain time during the day, I'm going to say when it's 6 o'clock. So this could be used for anything. This is going to be used to announce that it's dinner time, but maybe it's bedtime or something like that for kids. But basically when it's 6 o'clock, then what I want it to do is I want to change the volume level on the Echo device in a particular room. So this is the Lounge Echo, and I then want it to say a message. So I'm going to say, hey, dinner is ready, and then I want to then reduce the volume level back down again to kind of like what it was before, which is kind of like halfway. I'm just making sure that I'm specifying it for that Lounge Echo device, and then give this automation a name and save it. And then what you should find is that those people who struggle to get to the table at dinner time because they're sat there in the armchair playing games, they'll get a nice notification to tell them that their dinner is ready.
Hey, dinner is ready.
Okay, so the last automation, you will need a door contact sensor, and you'll need some kind of mobile device, so your mobile phone, for example. Now, this automation is about notifying you of doors or windows that you've left open when you leave the house. So you will need to set up your area around your house in Home Assistant, so that it knows kind of when you've gone out of that area. And obviously you'll need the Home Assistant companion app on your mobile phone. So first of all, what you've got to do is you've got to go and create a group of all the contact sensors. So if you're putting them on external doors and you're putting them on windows, go and put all of those contact sensors into this group. So I'm calling this a doors and windows group, and I'm just going to put all of those sensors in there. Then you come back into automations and you're going to create a new automation. And basically it's the trigger is when a zone-based trigger. So this is when a person leaves a zone. So when I leave the home zone, then and you can have it. If you want something when you enter the zone, you could set something up for that. But this is when I leave it. Then I want to check the state of the doors and windows group. So if any of those contact sensors are open, then the state of the group will be set to on, basically. And then I need to set up a notification to go and send a notification to my mobile phone. So this is the one that I've got the companion app running on. So I give it a little title for the notification message, and then I give the message that I want. So what you're going to do, you want to be able to get a list of the actual devices which are basically reporting a state of open. So what this code, as it were, this YAML that you can see the configuration on the screen here, what I'm asking it to do here is to expand out all the devices, so break down all those devices that are in that group, and I want to select only those ones whose current attribute state is on, so that's those ones which are triggered as open. And then I want to get the name of that particular device. So obviously there's different attributes that you can get, but I want to get the name, and then I want to go and put that into a list. So then I can do something with that list, and I want to join them all together with a comma and a space to go and separate them. And then basically what will happen is that when you save that automation, so just going back through that, so I've just got get all my devices from the group, get the name of the device, put them in a list, and then go and join them together. So I give my automation a name, and then save that, and that automation then is ready to go. So obviously, as I say, you need the companion app on your mobile device. It looks like I've got a slight error here, and just quickly scan back through what I've gone and typed in, and I think I can see what the problem is there. It's the old curly braces and round brackets problem. So we'll just go and correct that, and then you should be able to save that automation without issue. And then when it runs, when you go and leave your home area, you should then get a notification come up on your mobile phone, something like this. So there you go. There are 4 really simple, straightforward automations to get you going with your smart home. You can kind of like expand upon these. Maybe you don't want the dinner is ready to be at a fixed time every day. Maybe you just want to have it announce it when you press a button. So get yourself a little smart button and have that on your kitchen counter, and when dinner's ready, just press the button and it will announce it. Obviously with your lights that are turning on with sunset, you can do kind of a different thing and have them turn off. Lots of different things you could actually do with these automations. These are just an example to kind of like get you going with some smart devices and Home Assistant. I would love to know what you think about those, anything that you would change about those. Drop those comments down below. If you want to know about some of those devices, I'll put links to those in the description. If you're interested in picking some of those up. But if you've enjoyed the video, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. But as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.